Hello geometry students, today's learning target is to review Unit 6 for the final exam. If you look at this review worksheet, the first two questions ask us to identify the variables as quantitative or qualitative variables. If you look at the Desmo screen here, you will see the definitions. A qualitative variable places individual into groups or categories, versus a quantitative variable takes on a numerical value and an average makes sense. If you look at this screen, you'll see some examples. Weight in pounds is quantitative, eye color is qualitative, the number of hours of sleep is quantitative, the hair color is qualitative, and so on. So if we look at our worksheet here, the distance you ran in miles is a quantitative variable, because you may run like 5 miles or 4.2 miles, versus the flavor of ice cream is a qualitative variable. You may like chocolate chip, you may like vanilla, you may like strawberry, etc. If we look at problem number 2, we want to calculate the mean, mode, median, and range. So what I did is called up the graphing calculator, and we're going to use the graphing calculator. We're going to type in capital A, equal, bracket, and then we've got to type in the numbers, 5, 7, 5.25, and we're going to type in the rest of the numbers. And after you type in the rest of the numbers, close it with a bracket. And then you could type in mean of A, and you'll get the mean. So the mean of the numbers is 6.78. You could type in the median of A, and you'll get the median is 7. The mode is the number that occurs the most often. So for that particular problem, you're going to have to kind of read the numbers. It looks like the mode is 7. It is the number that occurs the most since there are 4 7s. So the mean was 6.78. The median was 7. The mode is also 7. And the range is the max minus the min. So the maximum value is 8.25, it looks like. Oops, excuse me. No, the maximum is 8.5. The minimum value looks like it is 5, so the range is 3.5. If we look at problem number 3, we could again use the calculator and type in the data. So remember the stem and leaf plot, there's a key down here. So 2 vertical bar, 3 means 23. So this data means 12, 15, 17, 20, 20, 23, 31, 34, 49, 51, 53, 61, 62, 64, 66, and 68. So you could type in the data into your calculator and then find the mean. So typing the data into my calculator, I'll find that the mean is 40.375. The mode is the number that occurs the most. So looking through this data, it looks like there are 2 20s. The median, you could again use the calculator to find the median. Some people like to just kind of cross off and move towards the center. So I cross off 12 and 68, 15 and 66, 17 and 64, 20 and 62, 20 and 61, 23 and 53, 31 and 51, and then we have 34 and 49. Since there isn't a middle number to find the median, I could add those 2 up and divide by 2. Doing that on my calculator, I get 83 over 2. Dividing that, I get 41.5. If I use the Desmos calculator and I were to type in the median of A, we could validate that answer. Notice I get 41.5. For the range is the maximum value minus the minimum value. So it would be 68 minus 12, and that's going to be 56. For problem number 4A, the range is max minus min. So in this problem, it would be 11 minus 2, which is 9. For the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1, and this is Q3, and this is Q1. So that's going to be 5.5 minus 3, which is 2.5. Remember, in a box and whisker, 25% of the data is in each box and each whisker. And this 25% does include that point, which is called an outlier. So what percent lies between 3 and 5.5? That would be 50%. Less than 5.5 would be 25, 25, 25, or 75%. It would be these three that I'm just highlighting. And then the outlier, as I discussed earlier, was 11. If we take a look at problem number 5, this was related to vocabulary. This first graph is skewed right. It's going down towards the right. The middle graph here is skewed left. It's going down towards the left. And that third graph is symmetric. Some people may consider it to be approximately normal. And then question number 6 asks us to compare the two graphs, actors versus actresses. What percent of actors are between 50 and 75? So we're going to use the top box and whisker. So 50 and 75 would be that whisker I just highlighted. So that would be 25%. For part B, what percent of actresses are 40 years or less? So that would be this box that I'm shading, which is 25%, this box, which is 25%, and that whisker. So adding that up, it's 3 25s, or 75%. For part C, we're asking which has a higher median. So the median actors is a little bit bigger than 40, I highlighted in yellow. The median for the actresses is bigger than 30, but less than 35, so maybe 33. So the actors have a higher median. And then the range for the actresses, remember that's max minus min. So for the actresses, the maximum is 80, minimum is 20, so the range is 60.